If there's one thing I learned this year about video games, making them is hard, especially during these COVID times, seeing delay after delay from the various game studios. So even though I played games like Resident Evil Village, Halo Infinite, and Age of Empires 4 to name a few, none of them is the game I played the most this year. That title goes to Gran Turismo 6 is my game of the year for 2021. How did I end up here? Well, after Sony initially wanted to close the PSN store back in April, there were exclusive games I missed that were still exclusive to the PS3 that I never got a chance to play. So I impulse bought my first PS3 on eBay. Gran Turismo was one of my favorite series growing up, playing the second and fourth entries multiple times throughout the years. But with the PS3, I started with Gran Turismo 5, but I ended up playing 6 the most due to the amount of content and restructuring of events it has done. Some special events include the Goodwood Festival Hill of Speed, which is basically driving 15 cars across the famous hill climb track in short time trials. Sierra Time Rally, a 27-kilometer long circuit testing your overtaking and clean line racing skills to get the high score wood combos. Then my personal favorite event, the Lunar Exploration, which you can take a guess. Yeah, it's Lunar Rover on the moon. Low gravity sucks, but just driving one in the game just feels satisfying. And you're on the moon. How cool is that? With so many entries in the series, one of the things that surprised me in GT6 is some of the new tracks. For example, the Matterhorn area has 4 different variations of its tracks and just looks fun driving around a fictional town going up and down the Alps at 150 miles an hour plus. Then you have Special Stage Route X. You want the Need for Speed? Pun intended. Then this track is for you. Just tune your car for max speed and transmission and go ham. Finally, Go-Karts was introduced in GT5, but they expanded in GT6 to have more events, and it even has its own courses, with Kart Space being my favorite. Of course, some of the classic courses to return, including Trial Mountain, which brought nostalgic feels to save some seconds off the track. Well, it did before. Laguna Seca and its corkscrew part of the track that I definitely failed multiple times back when I was a kid. Finally, Nürburgring, the ever-famous German racetrack that is still hard as hell to do, especially now that they added the Grand Prix variants of the tracks. What attracted me to the Gran Turismo series, though, is the amount of cars you can have. There was one special car that always made my simulation mode well worth it. Stunning in its blue and white livery, the Minolta Toyota 88C-V89. It really sucks the legacy of this game being stuck on the PS3, even though it was released 1 month after the launch of the PS4. But as a fan of the series and seeing how Gran Turismo Sport went, I am cautious for Gran Turismo 7. Cheers to Gran Turismo 6, my game of the year of 2021.